Sedona is a city that straddles the county line between Coconino and Yavapai counties in the northern Verde Valley region of the U.S. state of Arizona. As of the 2010 census, its population was 10,031. Sedona's main attraction is its array of red sandstone formations. The formations appear to glow in brilliant orange and red when illuminated by the rising or setting sun. The red rocks form a popular backdrop for many activities, ranging from spiritual pursuits to the hundreds of hiking and mountain biking trails. Sedona was named after Sedona Arabella Miller Schonbly, the wife of Theodore Carlton Schonbly, the city's first postmaster, who was celebrated for her hospitality and industriousness. History Native American history The first documented human presence in Sedona area dates to between 11,500 to 9,000 BC. It was not until 1995 that a Clovis projectile point discovered in Honki revealed the presence of the Paleo-Indians, who were big game hunters. Around 9000 BC, the prehistoric archaic people appeared in the Verde Valley. These were hunter-gatherers and their presence in the area was longer than in other areas of the southwest, most likely because of the ecological diversity and large amount of resources. They left by 300 AD. There is an assortment of rock art left by the archaic people in places near Sedona such as Palotkey and Honki. Around 650 AD, the Sinagua people entered the Verde Valley. Their culture is known for its arts such as pottery, basketry and their masonry. They left rock art, pueblos, and cliff dwellings such as Montezuma Castle, Honki, Palotkey and Tuzagut, especially in the later period of their presence. The Sinagua abandoned the Verde Valley about 1400 AD. Researchers believe the Sinagua and other clans moved to the Hopi Mesas in Arizona and the Zuni and other pueblos in New Mexico. The Yavapai came from the west when the Sinagua were still there in the Verde Valley around 1300 AD. They were nomadic hunter-gatherers. Some archaeologists place the Apache arrival in the Verde Valley around 1450 AD. Many Apache groups were nomadic or semi-nomadic and traveled over large areas. The Yavapai and Apache tribes were forcibly removed from the Verde Valley in 1876, to the San Carlos Indian Reservation, 180 miles southeast. About 1,500 people were marched, in midwinter, to San Carlos. Several hundred lost their lives. The survivors were interned for 25 years. About 200 Yavapai and Apache people returned to the Verde Valley in 1900 and have since intermingled as a single political entity although culturally distinct, residing in the Yavapai Apache Nation. Anglo-American settlement The first Anglo settler, John J. Thompson, moved to Oak Creek Canyon in 1876. The early settlers were farmers and ranchers. Oak Creek Canyon was well known for its peach and apple orchards. In 1902, when the Sedona Post Office was established, there were 55 residents. In the mid-1950s, the first telephone directory listed 155 names. Some parts of the Sedona area were not electrified until the 1960s. Sedona began to develop as a tourist destination, vacation home and retirement center in the 1950s. Most of the development seen today was constructed in the 1980s and 1990s. As of 2007, there are no large tracts of undeveloped land remaining. Chapel of the Holy Cross In 1956, construction of the Chapel of the Holy Cross was completed. The chapel rises 70 feet out of a 1,000-foot red rock cliff. Cinematic legacy Sedona played host to more than 60 Hollywood productions from the first years of movies into the 1970s. The small town, which served as a kind of microcosm of Hollywood history, sits about 120 miles north of Phoenix, nestled between 1,000-foot-high walls of stone in lushly forested Oak Creek Canyon and the wide open space of the Verde Valley, and it was the diversity of this unspoiled landscape that made it such an ideal location to shoot outdoor scenes. Stretching as far back as 1923, Sedona unregistered trademark signature red rocks were a fixture in major Hollywood productions including enduring favorites such as Johnny Guitar, Angel and the Bartman, Desert Fury, Blood on the Moon, and 3:10 to Yuma but typically were identified to audiences as the terrain of Texas, California, Nevada, and even Canadian border territory. For 50 years, this picturesque desert outpost quietly played host to Hollywood legends in the making, yet the town is rarely found in standard histories of the movies. Sedona Unregistered Trademark S. Hollywood Legacy offers a timeline of history of movie making in America and the popular culture of the years that shaped it. Starting with the silent era, when Zane Greer Unregistered Trademark S. The Call of the Canyon and Kit Carson, with Joseph P. Kennedy Unregistered Trademark S. doomed movie superstar Fred Thompson, were filmed in the Oak Creek Canyon area just outside Sedona proper. The 1930s saw the arrival of a dozen B-westerns, including 4 visits from silent film idol-turned-talkie cowboy star George O. Unregistered Trademark Brian, and the only Hopalong Cassidy film ever shot outside California. The decade also saw Sedona cast in her most historically significant movie role, as the Promised Land of Milk and Honey in Der Kaiser von Kalifornien, a Nazi Western designed to validate Adolf Hitler Unregistered Trademark S. schemes of territorial expansion to the people of Germany. When John Ford Unregistered Trademark S. production of Stagecoach pulled into town in 1938, it set off 3 solid decades of a picture activity 44 features through 1973, helped along by the construction of Sedona Lodge, the only permanent boarding and production facility ever built specifically for movie crews on remote location in the United States. During those years, many of Hollywood Unregistered Trademark S. biggest names were photographed in front of Sedona Unregistered Trademark S. signature landscape, from Errol Flynn to Gene Tierney, John Wayne to Joan Crawford, James Stewart to Elizabeth Scott, Robert Mitchum to Elvis Presley. Sedona which promoted itself as Arizona's Little Hollywood wasn't Unregistered Trademark T, only a cinematic romping ground for cowboys. In the years that followed World War II, shadows darkened the scenery to add psychological complexity to a number of early film noir dramas, like Leave Her to Heaven, while at the same time a secret battle involving blacklisted Broken Arrow screenwriter Albert Maltz, a prominent member of the OE Hollywood 10, was being fought on the same dusty ground. Bryn's Fire On June 18, 2006, a wildfire, reportedly started by campers, began about 1 mile north of Sedona. The Bryn's Fire covered 4,317 acres on Bryn's Mesa, Wilson Mountain and in Oak Creek Canyon before the USDA Forest Service declared it 100% contained on June 28. Containment cost was estimated at $6,400,000. Geography. Sedona is located at 34°51 squared 36 cubed N 111°47 squared 21 cubed W, which is in the upper Sonoran Desert of northern Arizona. At an elevation of 4,500 feet, Sedona has mild winters and hot summers. According to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 19.2 square miles, of which 0.04 square miles, or 0.22%, is water. The famous red rocks of Sedona are formed by a layer of rock known as the Chambly Hill Formation. The Chambly Hill Formation is a thick layer of red to orange-colored sandstone found only in the Sedona vicinity. The sandstone, a member of the Supai group, was deposited during the Permian period. Climate Sedona has a temperate semi-arid climate. In January, the average high temperature is 57°F with a low of 31°F. In July, the average high temperature is 97°F with a low of 64°F. Annual precipitation is just over 19 inches. Demographics. As of the census of 2000, there were 10,192 people, 4,928 households, and 2,863 families residing in the city. The population density was 548.0 people per square mile. There were 5,684 housing units at an average density of 305.6 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 92.17% white, 0.49% black or African American, 0.45% Native American, 0.94% Asian, 0.09% Pacific Islander, 4.29% from other races, and 1.57% from two or more races. 8.90% of the population were Hispanic or Latino of any race. At the 2000 census there were 7,229 people living in the Yavapai County portion of the city and 2,963 living in the Coconino County portion. By land area, Yavapai had 66.2% of its area, versus 33.8% for Coconino. There were 4,928 households, out of which 15.8% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 48.6% were married couples living together, 6.6% had a female householder with no husband present, and 41.9% were non-families. 32.2% of all households were made up of individuals and 14.2% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.06 and the average family size was 2.52. In the city the population was spread out with 13.7% under the age of 18, 4.5% from 18 to 24, 21.2% from 25 to 44, 35.0% from 45 to 64 and 25.6% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 50 years. For every 100 females there were 88.1 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 85.9 males. The median income for a household in the city was $44,042, and the median income for a family was $52,659. Males had a median income of $32,067 versus $24,453 for females. The per capita income for the city was $31,350. About 4.7% of families and 9.7% of the population were below the poverty line, including 12.1% of those under age 18 and 5.0% of those age 65 or over. Government, politically, Uptown Sedona, the Gallery District and the Chapel area and West Sedona form the city of Sedona. Originally founded in 1902, it was incorporated as a city in 1988. The unincorporated village of Oak Creek, 7 miles to the south and well outside the Sedona city limits, is a significant part of the Sedona community. Culture: numerous events are hosted annually in the Sedona area, including Sedona International Film Festival, Sedona Jazz on the Rocks Festival, founded in 1982, takes place annually at Pico Diablo Resort and other locations over 4 days in late September. According to its website, the festival was cancelled in 2009 due to the nationwide economic slump but returned in 2011. Sedona Marathon, the Sedona Miracle annual charity fundraiser, International Sedona Yoga Festival, Illuminate Film Festival, Sedona Bluegrass Festival. Sedona is home to several notable arts organizations in northern Arizona. Chamber Music Sedona sponsors a chamber music program annually from October to May. They also sponsor the MET, Live in HD opera broadcasts in Sedona. The 2012 Euro 2013 season will mark the 30th anniversary for the organization. The Sedona Arts Center, founded in 1958, is the oldest arts center in northern Arizona. Sedona International Film Festival and Workshop was established in 1995. The week-long annual festival takes place in late February and early March at Harkins Theaters while supplemental events take place at area resorts and restaurants. The festival also hosts monthly events. Gumption Fest, established in 2006, is one of the largest free music and arts festivals in northern Arizona, according to the Sedona Red Rock News. NORAZ Poets, extant from 2003 to 2007, was a non-profit poetry network based in Sedona. There is a specialized New Age tourist industry in Sedona, where the Harmonic Convergence was organized by Jose Arguelles in 1987. Some purport that spiritual vortices are concentrated in the Sedona area at Bell Rock, Airport Mesa, Cathedral Rock, and Boynton Canyon. Education: Sedona is served by the Sedona Oak Creek Unified School District. West Sedona School, serving grades Car Euro 8, is located at 570 Posse Ground Road. Red Rock Early Learning Center is a year-round preschool program designed for children aged 3 to 5 years old. Their normal school year runs from August to May each year, with a summer session offered during June and July. It is licensed by the ADHS, and located in West Sedona Elementary School Building 300. Verde Valley School, a boarding international baccalaureate high school with many international students, is located between the village of Oak Creek and Red Rock Crossing. It hosts numerous traditions and performances open to the community. Their mascot is the Coyote. Total attendance measures about 120 students per year, grades 9 to 12. Sedona Red Rock High School, built in 1994, is located on the western edge of town in West Sedona. The school's mascot is the Scorpion. The high school's new campus, a series of single-story buildings, is located opposite the Sedona campus of Yavapai College. Sedona Charter School is located behind the Sedona Public Library, serving as a Montessori-based school for grades K-8. A degree Yavapai College's Sedona Center for Arts and Technology includes the Sedona Film School, which offers certificates in independent filmmaking, the Business Partnership Program, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, and the University of Arizona Mini-Med School. The University of Sedona is an unaccredited institution providing ministerial training and education in metaphysics. Healthcare. Verde Valley Medical Center, Sedona campus is an outpatient facility providing 24/7 emergency services, cancer services, and primary and specialty healthcare to the Sedona-Oak Creek area. The facility is part of the Northern Arizona Healthcare System and is a subdivision of Verde Valley Medical Center in the nearby city of Cottonwood. In popular culture, in 1982 singer Donna Loren released the song Sedona on her own label, Royalty Records. The song was written by Loren while living in Sedona. James Burton produced the song with Loren, played guitar, and assembled other members of the Elvis Presley TCB Band, Ronnie Tutt, Jerry Sheff, and Glenn D. Hardin. Chris Hillman played mandolin. It was Loren's first recording since 1967, and subsequently appeared on her compilation, Magic, the 80s Collection. A film titled Sedona was released in 2012. It was the first feature film to be shot entirely in Sedona since the 1970s, when the heyday of Hollywood filmmaking in the area ended. The cast includes Frances Fisher, Seth Peterson, Barry Corbin, Christopher Atkins, Lynn Shay and Beth Grant. Houndmouth, a band from New Albany, Indiana, released a song titled Sedona in 2015. Notable people: Samaire Armstrong, actress; Michelle Branch, singer-songwriter; Gail Edwards, actress; Steve George, musician-songwriter; John McCain, U.S. Senator. Gallery. See also: Chapel of the Holy Cross, Village of Oak Creek Canyon, Mogollon Rim, Sedona Airport. Notes. External links: media related to Sedona, Arizona at Wikimedia Commons, Sedona Travel Guide from Wikivoyage, geographic data related to Sedona, Arizona at OpenStreetMap, official website.